Hello, hello, hello. I know the sun. Sun's in my face. What can I say? It's noon in Norman, Oklahoma. Peace out. Peace. Love. We're going to have a beautiful day. Beautiful day. It is Wednesday, December, what is it? The 19th, I believe. My day's just, 18th. I'm sorry. It is the 18th. All right. So let's get this vlog started. So we're going to talk about trust issues today because we all have them. It's just part of life, you know. Trust issues can be caused by adverse childhood experiences, infidelity in adult relationships, gaslighting, or narcissistic abuse from loved ones. Yeah, I had the childhood experiences and the narcissistic loved one. Yeah, not a loved one anymore. But some signs of trust issues include avoiding commitment in romantic relationships, avoiding close friendships or social connections, difficulty forgiving small or misinterpreted slights, or among others. I've had trouble trusting people, even family members. You know, it is what it is. Trust is a subjective way of measuring how much we're able to rely on and believe in the honesty and integrity of others. But when our ability to trust others is compromised, we may develop trust issues. And unfortunately, I have developed trust issues due to having been scammed and having to close multiple checking accounts because of scammers. I now trust myself. That's about it. And there's sometimes I don't trust me. So we have to work on that. And I've had 2 people try to scam me in the last month. And one of them sent me a text message that they were getting their daughter a new cell phone. And the phone number that was attached to that new phone was supposedly somehow attached to my phone number. Yeah, no, I don't believe so. I don't believe that can happen. So I just deleted it. Didn't answer it. That's the best way to go. Now, if Consumer Cellular had contacted me to say that I needed to change my number because of whatever reason, that would be one thing. But for just somebody out of the clear blue sky that I don't know, no. So, that's how I'm learning. Overcoming trust issues is best done with the assistance of behavioral therapists, or couples counseling. And I do have a therapist, and we are working on that. But individuals can take personal steps to communicate their uncertainty and be mindful of their past trauma and be willing to take the risk to trust again. And I will trust again, but it's going to be, it's going to take a while. But I'll get there. Okay, I lost my place. There we go. Trust issues are characterized by fear of betrayal, abandonment, manipulation. Let's see. As a child, I had abandonment issues. As an adult, I suffered manipulation. And this fear is often triggered as a result of betrayal, such as infidelity. Yeah. Only my husband wasn't being unfaithful to me. My body was being unfaithful to me. My husband insisted that I have sex with other guys so he could get an erection. So he manipulated me into doing that. And I allowed it, but then it came a time that it wasn't working anymore. He wasn't able to get an erection. We weren't able to consummate our relationship on a regular basis. So his thoughts were, I needed to continue to have sex. He didn't, but I did. No. So if someone you trusted, a partner, a parent, even a doctor, mistreated you or let you down, you may struggle to trust others. Or in other words, you have trust issues. Absolutely. Sometimes you can pinpoint the event or relationship that caused the breakdown in trust. For others, the source may not be quite so obvious. Understanding the cause of your trust issues and overcoming them is possible. And a bit of self-reflection and work. If you're struggling with trust issues, you can work to trust again by following a few steps. Absolutely. Because we need to trust in our lives. We need to have people we can trust, that we can depend on. If we don't have people we can depend on, then who can we depend on besides ourselves? So, trust issues arise when a person is uncertain about whom to trust, how much to trust, or when not to trust. And that was my issue with those that took from me, that scammed me. I had just ended my 38-year relationship with my husband due to his forcing me to be a prostitute. That I know I shouldn't have trusted him, but I did because I felt like I needed to trust somebody. Since I couldn't trust my husband, there's got to be somebody out there I can trust. Well, there wasn't. Trust issues arise when a person is uncertain about whom to trust, how much to trust, or when not to trust. They often stem from a violation of trust, which undermines one's belief in reliability, truthfulness of others, and affects how we measure their integrity and honesty. When a person's trust is violated, they might struggle to believe others will follow through on promises or be reliable. These issues can manifest in various relationships, such as among family members, romantic partners, friends, colleagues at work. Depending on the relationship, trust issues may have different causes, symptoms, and methods for overcoming them. What are the signs of trust issues? If you're wondering, do I have trust issues? Or if you think someone you know or love has trust issues, it can be helpful to know the signs and symptoms to look out for. Meeting any or all of the below criteria could signify that there are trust issues. They assume betrayal. Yeah. I assume that people that I feel like I can trust, I'm not sure that I can. I have a friend that had cut me off several years ago due to my political beliefs, and we just got back together to being friends and associating with each other, having lunch together and stuff like that. But I see some things that she posts on Facebook that really concern me. That she may be more of what she doesn't want to be. I mean, she said some pretty nasty stuff on Facebook about her own family. I'm sorry. No. They anticipate betrayal. People with trust issues often assume someone will betray them soon enough, despite how honest they have been in the past. Absolutely. You know, I have friends that I know in Texas that have been good friends, but yet when you ask for help, yeah, they're not helpful. You know, they've asked for help and you've helped them, but you know, they don't reciprocate, and that's okay. So, you know, I assume everybody's going to, at some point in time, betray me. Those with trust issues are overly protective. And that is true. Those with trust issues are usually very protective of their loved ones out of fear that they will become disloyal if they're not protected. People with trust issues distance themselves from other people. They feel, and I kind of agree, that if you don't latch on to somebody, becomes friends with somebody, how are they going to betray you or abandon you? They're not. They avoid commitment. No matter how much they care for someone, people with trust issues refuse to commit. Why? Why commit to somebody that's going to not commit to you? They refuse to forgive even the smallest mistakes. Those with trust issues are quick to make a big deal out of small things. To them, it may feel like the end of the world if someone makes a small mistake. I've seen that before. People with trust issues are excessively wary of people. People with trust issues are extremely cautious and suspicious of everyone they meet. That it might be somebody that's trying to screw them over, or trying to get them to do something that they don't want to do. So they're very wary. And they feel lonely or depressed. Absolutely. Those with trust issues isolate themselves from others and feel lonely or depressed as a result. Absolutely. I hate feeling that way. They're constantly on guard. After a betrayal, a person may feel the betrayal was their fault and that they're undeserving of a healthy connection, which is wrong. Instead, they may be constantly on guard, waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's me. What causes trust issues? Lord have mercy. This is going to be a good one. Abandonment. Experiencing abandonment can disrupt a person's sense of security and stability. Trust issues stemming from abandonment can cause a person to doubt others' reliability and commitment and make it hard for them to form and maintain trusting relationships. Betrayal causes trust issues because it breaks the expectation of loyalty and honesty, which are fundamental to trusting relationships. When someone is betrayed, they may find it hard to trust others again, fearing that the same deceit could occur. Infidelity is an example of betrayal that can trigger trust issues. Many people view this as the ultimate form of betrayal. While it's possible to repair a relationship after infidelity, often the relationship ends and the victim of the infidelity develops trust issues, which impact future relationships. Manipulation or mistreatment. If a past partner or loved one manipulated or mistreated you, you're also at an increased risk for trust issues. Okay. Manipulation. If a past partner loved or one, if a past partner or loved one manipulated or mistreated you, you're also at an increased risk for trust issues. Examples include dishonesty, gaslighting, passive-aggressive behavior, and keeping you isolated from others. Absolutely. It all started, and I should have known this when it happened. We'd been married maybe 2 years, and I knew Martin was looking to be promoted, and we would have to move, but I didn't know how far. Well, we wound up having to move to Minnesota, which would be a 2-day drive if I was to go visit Mom or anybody. So it was like, it's not going to happen. So that's when it started. He got me isolated away from my family and closer to his. And in that, we had dishonesty, gaslighting, passive aggressive behavior. He yeah. Childhood trauma, adverse experiences in childhood trauma. I had abandonment issues, evidently, from what my mother tells me. When my father would come home from either a business trip or just from work, I'd beat on his legs. Instead of hugging him, "Hi, Daddy," it was abandoned. I felt abandoned. Trauma later in life can also lead to trust issues. For example, you might struggle to trust healthcare professionals because of a first or second-hand traumatic experience with a previous doctor. Parental divorce or conflicts. My parents did divorce. They had conflicts. My father would tell me to take care of your mother, she's sick. And she doesn't look sick to me. But he thought she was mentally, and she may have been. I don't know. If you have divorced parents, you may also be more likely to develop trust issues, especially in your romantic relationships. On the other hand, if your parents argue a lot and you've witnessed an up and down relationship, you might have developed trust issues as well. I gotta go check that back door. Sorry about that. People moving about the house. I needed to be sure the doors were locked. I don't want some boogeyman walking up here and trying to get in my house. Okay, so anxious or insecure, attachment styles. Anxious and insecure attachment styles cause trust issues because individuals with these attachment styles often fear rejection and doubt their worthiness of love and support. The insecurity can lead to heightened vigilance, distrust in relationships, as they may constantly worry about being abandoned, not being valued, making it difficult to trust others. Is having trust issues a mental illness? No. Having trust issues is a singular issue. As a singular issue is not a mental illness. However, it can be indicative of an actual mental health condition, particularly PTSD, anxiety disorders, borderline personality disorders, paranoid personality disorders, or bipolar 1 and 2. These conditions may cause trust issues in relationships because of the way certain cognitive distortions, irrational beliefs, or mood swings can unrealistic change someone's perception of reality and impersonal relationships. What can be particularly damaging, though, is when a person with a mental health condition that causes trust issues is hurt by a loved one's deception. This can affirm their negative bias and make it even harder to emotionally and socially connect with other people, even if they desire to do so. Oh boy, here we go. Here comes a good word. What is a person called when they have trust issues? Okay, this is going to be a fun one. I'm going to spell it out, and then I'll try to pronounce it, okay? Pistanthropia. Pistanthropia. Wow. Is the fear of trusting people or forming significant relationships with them. While it's not a recognized mental health condition in the DSM-5, pistanthropia, like other phobias, cause significant mental and emotional distress, usually distracts from the sufferer's quality of life in a significant way. Okay, and I think we're going to end that for today, and we can pick it up tomorrow on the trust issues. So I want you to think about we're going to think about pistanthropia. We're going to think about this. We're going to think about trust issues, okay? And we'll finish it off tomorrow. In the meantime, I want you to have a blessed, beautiful, peaceful, loving day, okay? Talk to you tomorrow.